Hello, hello. We are back with somebody. Actually, no, we did him for the Wanderer, so never mind. It hasn't been that long. Hi, guys. Welcome to Lever Yaks. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. We are back with Mr. Johnny Cash. We're going to be listening to a track called Boy Named Sue. I think this is courtesy of John G. So thank you, John, for your support, my friend. I truly appreciate you. This song apparently came out 1969. It was actually, no, that was SHEL SILVERSTIEN, sorry. So yeah, no, it was still 1969. It was written by SHEL Silverstein and made famous by Johnny Cash. He recorded the song live in concert on February 24th, 1969 at the San Quentin State Prison. Oh, is that the I think I've heard of that one. Is that the Folsom Prison Blues one? I think I've seen that video or whatever. He does a version of that there. He also performed the song in December of 1969 in Madison Square Garden. The live San Quentin version of the song became Cash's biggest hit on the Billboard Top 100. And of course, we're not doing that one, but that's okay, because I figured the video was going to get blocked if we did that one. So we're just going to do the studio track, which, yeah, that's cool. It's considered country and talking blues. Let's do it. And then SHEL Silverstein released, I guess, their own version of it, his own version of it the same year. Wait, is that the same? Wait, that's the guy who wrote The Giving Tree. What? That's crazy. I read that as a kid. My bad. That just blew my mind for a second. So his father named him Sue and gave him a guitar. Alright, so that's all I need to know. Alright, let's go. If y'all aren't subscribed, please help brother out. Click that icon right below my face. I would really appreciate it. And leave a like and a comment with another Johnny Cash song to do. Thank you again, John. Alright, Johnny Cash, A Boy Named Sue, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to Ma and me. Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him 'cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue.
Oh, maybe
Well,
this
he
is
must
the
have
Folsom
thought
one.
that it was quite a joke, and it got a lot of laughs
San
from
Quentin.
lots of folks. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I'll tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue.
No, it's not.
Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard, my wits got keen. Roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars, I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill that man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I'd just hit town and my throat was dry. I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon on a street of mud, there at a table, dealing stud, sat the dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother'd had, and I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you gonna die."
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
Wow, what the fuck?
Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, come up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. Well, I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer.
And the beer.
I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. I heard him laugh and then I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun. I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me, and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough. And I know I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I give you that name, and I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die, and it's that name that helped to make you strong. Yeah. He said, now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the son of a bitch that named you Sue. Yeah, well, what could I do? What could I do? I got all choked up and I threw down my gun, called him a paw and he called me a son, and I come away with a different point of view. And I think about him now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'm gonna name him Bill or George, any damn thing but Sue. I still ain't that thing.
That's great. Oh, man. That was wonderful. I have never really... Well, I guess Folsom is kind of like that. Like, I don't know. That was his most animated and... I don't know. Enthusiastic performance I think I've heard from him. I know it's from 1969. That's probably why. I guess in Folsom Prison Blues he also is like that. But man, that was such a good song. He's such a good storyteller. I know that SHEL Silverstein wrote the lyrics or whatever. But the way Johnny delivered those lyrics, I think, make a huge play into why it's so good too. Because only he could have made that work as well as he did. I'd have to listen to, SHEL's version of it too to see what his is like, because I doubt it's like this, And if it is, then I guess that's cool too. But just the whole storytelling aspect of it, the way that it all came around together, at the end too, it all made sense. Like, I had no idea. I just knew that he gave him a guitar and named him Sue. That's what the Wikipedia article said. That's it. And I didn't want to if it's a story, I didn't want to spoil it, and it's so true, man. Like, my real name is very, not masculine, shall we say. So I go by Lee, which is what my dad went by as well. We have the same name. So does my grandpa. My great grandfather served in World War I, and his best friend's last name was my name, and my father and my grandfather's name, and I guess, whole Hollywood movie, and blah blah blah, and here we are, So I completely felt this song on such a visceral and emotional level that it's kind of crazy, and I probably just started staring off there towards the end, because it all was, the machinery was clunking along upstairs, and it's like, wow, obviously it's not exactly the same situation, and I wasn't mad at my father for naming me my name, but I did always hate it, I'm not gonna lie, and that's so funny though, is that if I had a boy, like a son, I would name him. That's what I was gonna name Danica if she came out a boy. I was gonna name that name, and he would have been the fourth if that, he existed. It came out a girl, so it's Danica. So it's a name. Names hold so much power, and we don't even realize it. And even the ancients knew that. Words have power. We may say they don't. The whole sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Never been hurt by a stick or a stone, really, but words have definitely hurt me. You know what I mean? Like, it's some of the cutting damage you can do to somebody is on a word level. You know what I mean? I don't know what the terminology for that is, but just you can break somebody down with just 3 or 4 sentences, and just completely destroy their day and their reality. And if you wanted to, if that's the type of person you are, it's a very easy thing to do. And especially with names definitely hold power, because it's how we perceive ourselves. That's like our only thing that we have that we don't get to choose, per se. And nowadays people do whatever, it doesn't really matter. And I guess technically, if you really were that motivated, you could go and get it governmentally, changed. But does that really change it though? It changes it in the government, but your name is still your name, even if you change it, like, you don't get to choose it. That's just one of the things in life, you don't get to choose your parents. You don't get to choose your name, you don't get to choose where you came from, but there's a lot of other things you do get to choose. I wouldn't name my son Sue. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't push it that far. My name isn't that bad, but at the same time, it's so true though. He knew that he wasn't gonna be there, and he knew that the only way that this son was gonna survive in the world without his father with him is to be a tough guy, and it's so true. Every single word that he said was true in the song. There was no lie detected. You have to be tough to survive in this world, especially as a guy. Especially nowadays, because I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. This isn't the place for it, but let's just say, it's harder, I guess, to be a man these days than it ever has been, there's a lot of things that just stand in your way of just being a loving, nurturing, protecting parent, father, whatever. A lot of it is societal stuff. A lot of it is personal stuff, No, we've never had, I think, as many, like, single mother families and such as we do now, and single parent households, even single dads, obviously, too, and that's not good for the dad, it's not good for the mom, it's not good for the kids. I think the family is a very important thing, as much as we like to deconstruct things, and of course there are unorthodox families, there always have been since the dawn of time, but I don't know, it's just in life, it's not a linear thing. Like, you can go forwards, you can go backwards, like with just how you are as a person and where you are in life, but you just don't get to choose your name. You don't get to choose your parents, as much as we wish we could sometimes. I'm speaking from someone who does, because I'm adopted, and my real mom is great. My real dad is a piece of shit. That's all I gotta say. And you know what I mean? But it's a shame, because I wish that I could get to know him, but I'd want to fight him if I saw him on spot, and it's just, this is how it is, unfortunately. But I don't know, man. I don't think I've ever had the way that Johnny put it here and sung it. Obviously it was Shell, and the way that Johnny delivered it, man, he made it a funny story, but it had a great message to it that, sometimes if you're not going to be there, you got to do some, I don't know, things that someone may hate you for, especially with your children. If you're not going to be there, or even past that, sometimes you just have to make decisions for your children and for yourself that that you might get hate for, even from yourself. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you got to do stuff for yourself that you're going to hate, but it's for your own good. It's for their own good, but that's all relative, I guess, too. It's at the same time. So I don't know. But that was a very thought-provoking track. It definitely stirred a lot of feelings in me. I'm not going to lie. It made me think very hard about why I was named what I was named. Even though it's a family name, it wasn't this situation. But still, it did kind of put this drive and fire in me but also being defensive a lot all the time. Because, especially if someone brought my name up, because I used to get teased for it, in school. But not up to like middle school. I say elementary school, that's when it happened. But, once kids got older, they didn't care. There's all kinds of names. But in elementary school, it's a big deal, But I get it, though. If I heard my name, too, I'd be like, what? What is that? It is what it is. So thank you for that, John. That was a great track, and it definitely made me think about all kinds of stuff. I wish I could talk about more, but I promised myself that would be my night off. So I'm just doing the shorter songs and everything just to get some stuff out for y'all. I need to get some sleep. So I'm going to end this video now, and I will thank you again. And thank you to everybody for watching. And if you have any other recommendations by Johnny Cash, leave it down below. I'll definitely check it out, man, because all the stuff we've done for him, it's been very somber and moving stuff. This is the first time on the channel that I've heard, him in this manner. And I really like it. The delivery's great. The twang, it's all just perfect, man. You can just feel the charisma oozing through, your speakers or whatever, your headphones. And yeah, that was fantastic. See ya. Patreon right there. Oh, that's a picture of it. So it'll go away. There's also a link in the description if you want to join us. Join the $15 tier or up. You get one free request a month. If you want to get a video just like John did here, get a little dance, that's the way to do it. There's also a PayPal link as well in the description. But if you join Patreon, you get access to all of our blocked videos, our full album reactions to like Blind Faith, the Beatles, King Crimson, all kinds of stuff. All the block stuff. It's on there. And you get access to the Discord server that's just for patrons only. And there's did I say PayPal already? Yeah, I did. See, I'm tired. It's been a long couple days. The channel's doing great right now, though, but I am tired, bro. I'm going to go to bed, I guess. Bye.